Hopefully this will be the fourth and final video for chapter 2, but we'll see what happens. To pick up with our PowerPoint where we left off, preparation of a safe classroom and laboratory. Second column at the top, dealing with students with disabilities. We may have some students that may have some physical or emotional disabilities that we may have to address. If we can accommodate them, then we can make every effort to do so. There may be some situations where we just can't afford the equipment or the modifications that would be necessary to get them to be able to work safely in our labs. If you can't do it, then you need to document that situation. Teacher liability. You and I can get sued for whatever happens in our classrooms, and so it's a good thing to be able to carry a little bit of liability insurance. Many professional organizations provide it at a very, very nominal cost per year. Also, the security of your facility and security of equipment. Make sure that your equipment is locked out when it's not in use, so that nobody can just go in there and use that equipment without you knowing about it, and also know who has some keys, who can get in, get out, has access to your your lab. An office area is a nice place to have to store your stuff. This is my first experience with an office. My labs in the past have always been my office, and so good place to kind of get your one-on-one with a student if you need to talk to them, or else with anyone else in private. So make sure that your office area is clean, neat, and you've got adequate storage for all of your files, and are able to lock your file cabinets so nobody gets into them. So let's go ahead and go on to the next slide. Ordering materials, supplies, and equipment. That's going to be your responsibility. If you're working at the secondary level, you need to be able to get enough textbooks from your central office to be able to give out to each and every one of your students. At the post-secondary level, students are pretty much on their own about getting their books. They'll have to purchase them somehow or another. Maybe your school has a bookstore, which will make it convenient. Maybe they may have to travel, or else order their textbooks over the internet. Now, with internet ordering, be aware that it's going to take some time for them to get those books, and so chances are you may not be able to start your program of study and your class like you would like to, and those students more often than not wind up falling behind very, very quickly. Your services, if you have copy services, contract for like your acetylene bottles and things like that. Some other vendors who will come in to check out your supplies and get them for you periodically. Make sure that that happens, and don't in a timely manner, so that you don't run short of something and have to shut down your operation right in the middle of semester, whenever you really need to get some things done. So plan those things out in advance. Materials and supplies, that's what keeps us going. You just have to be able to manage your budget to be able to buy what you need when you need it, and make sure that it's there whenever you're going to have it, or before then. Maybe you've got enough storage space in your lab where you can kind of put this stuff off to the side and draw upon it whenever you need it. Some labs don't have a whole lot of storage space, and so you're kind of just ordering whenever you need it and get it there as soon as possible. So maybe the first year may be a little bit difficult for you, but as you go through an academic year, you kind of know about when it's appropriate to get supplies, equipment. And finally, bids. Much of our equipment and supplies run well over $1,000. So have in hand a number of authorized vendors that you can pull from whenever you complete your bid sheet, and follow the bid procedure that should be laid out by your school policy, the technical college systems policy on bids, and just follow them exactly, so that there's no questions about the who gets the bid. And I guess one more thing about bids from experience: be very, very, very specific on what it is you want, because too many times I've seen low bid be low quality. Do not, settle for second best if you can't. It's one thing if you can't afford it, but if what they send you is not what you want and not what you need, send it back and just say that it doesn't meet specs. So don't settle for anything less than what you need to be able to do your teaching. And so we'll move on now to initial course planning. Whether you teach at the secondary level or the post-secondary level, we have all kind of curriculum guides out there available for you and I to be able to utilize. Some, in the case of secondary programs, are very, very, very specific. At the post-secondary level, there's probably a little bit of more leeway in what to teach. But these guides help us to know exactly what it is we need to cover during the course of a semester, or during the course of a diploma program, or whatever type of certificate that they're trying to get. Those curriculum guides are just wonderful roadmaps, so to speak, to help you get started. Now, know that those curriculum guides are not set in stone. Every day, and every year, in some cases, you need to go back and look at that curriculum guide to see what needs to be updated, what needs to be added, what might need to be removed. And every so often, our curriculums get revised, and you may serve on a curriculum committee to be able to take part in that process. But use your curriculum guides. You don't need to fly blind. Then your course syllabus. Stuff we talked about up front for the first day of class. That syllabus is a wonderful tool to be able to cover all of those areas, because that syllabus is like the contract between you and that student. You know what they need to do, and they know what's going to be expected of them, and so they should get that first thing after you call roll, pass out that syllabus. Or if it's in my case, I have most of my syllabi posted over the internet, because my paper budget's kind of tight right now, so I let the students look at them over the internet. I made a bunch of PDF files out of my syllabi, and so all I got to do now is just revise them and update them as necessary. But make sure that everyone has a syllabus. And your instructor guides, those have a whole lot of policies, procedures, paperwork, forms, all in one place, available to you whenever you need it. Hang on to that instructor guide, because it's your lifeline whenever you first start teaching, because you don't have all the answers. That curriculum guide, if it's done right, is going to have them for you. And I still have all of my instructor guides, and I refer back to them from time to time. And the final slide, professional involvement. We want you to grow as a professional. In order to do that, you need to take advantage of some training, workshops. First is teacher associations. For us, the Teacher Association is the National Association of Career Technical. National Career Technical Association, NCTCA, something like that. Kind of lost the acronym here, but it is for vocational educators, and it's a national organization. You can join the state organization or the national, or both, and they have a state convention, they have a national convention if you can travel. I've been to one national convention and a number of state conventions, and there's always something great out there for you. If you're at the technical college level, we have a state meeting once a year. I've attended it a couple of times and presented at one of them, and it's again a wonderful opportunity to meet new teachers, talk about what it is that you do, what they do. Get great way to network. There's some teachers unions. I was a member of the National Federation of Teachers, and when I was at the secondary level, it's a good union. The National Teachers, NEA, National Education Association, is another teachers union that you can join and get involved in, that are always looking at the issues of classroom teachers. Youth leadership. For secondary level, you have AG, FFA. I don't remember what the home economics student club is right offhand, but there's also some for the business students, and also Skills USA for the trades area at the secondary and post-secondary level. This gives an opportunity for students to grow personally, professionally, and also chances for you to do things as a instructor. So you may want to take advantage of that or be involved in it. Advisory groups. Normally we'll have an advisory group for every vocational program. It's great to find yourself some professionals in industry to be able to go in and examine your program of study, meet periodically, make it professional, have an agenda, cover all the points of your agenda. Doesn't hurt to feed them either while they're there, but you know, that kind of runs into some money, but you know, it's money well spent. Use them, because they can be your friends when times get tough. It's one thing for you to write a letter to somebody like Dr. May or your superintendent about your program, but it's another for them to get that same letter from a business, an employer there in the local area. That says a whole lot, and it carries a whole lot of weight. And so use your advisory groups, meet regularly, and keep them in touch with what you're doing. Always use them. because they are a wonderful resource